Hey, good afternoon. Tom Ginn, G-Force. Yeah, a little later than I anticipated here. It's 3 p.m. Eastern. I plan on coming in around 12:30, but the good thing is, with gratitude, my calendar was very productive with some very significant um, opportunities, and just wanted to let you know that's the reason I was running late. So hey, tag and share your friends. Today we'll be talking about out of the book right here. Start with your why, Simon Sinek. Uh, it's so important to understand that in business or in life, people don't really care about what you do and how you do it. They really care about your why. What's your purpose? What value do you bring? How do you want to make a difference in life? Those that you in contact in your business, it's your why is the driving force. That's where you draw the audience. That's where you draw your customers from. They're the ones that keep coming back to you, because in business, no matter what product or service you can find like product for less money or more money, same benefits. So it really comes down to who do you do business with, who do you associate with, is around the why. But I got a couple announcements. I got somebody jumping on here. Ted, how you doing, buddy? I hope you're healing, and I look forward to talking to you sometime this week. So I know you're still in the hospital and recovering, so I will be in touch with you. Thanks for jumping on. So we're going to be talking a little bit today, but I do have some announcements that I want to put up here. So the first announcement that we have is Elevate Your Profits. Tonight, Mark Gassert and we're going to be doing a presentation, understanding the trends of business, what's driving the market. Is your business positioned to take advantage of 5 very significant trends? And who's influencing it? It's the baby boomers, the largest single market that we have right now, and the market that has the most money. So we'll be talking today about that. Glad to hear that you're healing nicely. I look forward to talking with you, Ted. So going back to the presentation, we're going to, identify what's going on in the market, what trends are going on, how to capitalize those markets and it's just a matter of taking a look at your business, the model that you're in, the product and services you have. Are you meeting these 5 areas? And if your business isn't in one of those 5 areas, that's absolutely fine. But you got to find out, how can I transition? How can I make a switch or add those into your products and or your services to capitalize on a market you wouldn't normally have. And then we're going to take a look at what are the business option models that you have out there, and how to implement these new products and or services. We're going to cover that model. It's the most cost-effective way, least amount of risk, that you can use to expand a business, create a business, and we'll be covering, breaking down some of the myths in and around direct selling industry. So you want to jump on tonight at that'd be 6 p.m. or actually a quarter to 6 Eastern time. Mark Gassert and Elevate Your Profits. Here we are. 5:45. There will be a presentation, and then that's about 30 minutes, and about 30 minutes of Q&As. Ask the questions. We'll address those moving forward. So that'll be tonight. But getting back to G-Force, my company, Aduco Group LLC, I have several businesses under that umbrella. And one of the companies that are under my umbrella, I'm making it my corporate sponsor. This entity allows me to do what I do. And I just want to share that with you. And I've got a lot of goals that I want to do. And I've put this business in one of my folios, and I want to make them my corporate sponsor, bring awareness to this industry in the healthcare space, this particular product that is being touted as the single greatest medical breakthrough of the 21st century. And you'll get to know more about that as we go. So my corporate sponsor and information about that is right here through the link. And my corporate sponsor is, I'm going to ask you, take a look. What's in this bottle? What's in this bottle? It's a revolutionary breakthrough in health. And my corporate sponsor is ASEA. And so you'll be learning more about that. So you want to learn more about my corporate sponsor, you can go to this link tree right here. So that's my announcements for today. And let's get back in here, knowing your why. Last week, I did a wonderful interview from a previous client that she's moving in the coaching industry. But the previous lesson, we talked about assumptions. Creating a why. A lot of our whys are formed by the environment we're in. We don't have all the information how we're going to form our why, and we move to assumptions. And many times assumptions cause us to make wrong choices, wrong decisions. And so when you're crafting your why, you got to be clear on a vision and a purpose and a mission that you want to accomplish. One of my first real mentors says, "Tom, what's your crusade?" That was Art Williams. What are you willing to die for? What are you willing to sacrifice to accomplish your vision? And unfortunately, most people don't understand how deep that is and what are you willing to stand up for. So it really starts at a core emotional level, more than what you do and how you do it. It's why do you do what you do, whether it be in relationships, whether it be in business, whether it be with your family. It's when people really understand your mission and your purpose in life. They may not like it, but they will respect it. They will honor it. And we're not preaching to convert people, but just convey your why and how do you do that. Simon Sinek has written a wonderful book. I highly encourage you this. But I'm just going to do some broad brush talking today. I read that introduction of the speech that was given. People assumed was John F. Kennedy, but it was Adolf Hitler. So we assume a lot of things when we hear information. You don't want your crafted why to have people assume what you stand for. It's going to be clear. It's got to be concise. So we make assumptions all the time, but when you're crafting your why, your mission, purpose, why, when people see you, hear you, you interact with them, you're going to know exactly what your purpose is. I'm getting some sort of notification up here on something's going on with Facebook. So I hope this is still streaming out there. So always technology gives you a challenge. But today I just want to cover a few points, and it goes into detail. We're talking about crafting a why. And we're going to be relating some of this to business, but you can take it and put anything else out there. Is a lot of people are looking at carrots and sticks to promote themselves. What they do as a company or what they do as a business. And old school, new ways of thinking are really important to understand some concepts that we assume this is why people are going to do business with you. and I'll cover these principles. We want to talk about manipulation versus inspiration. Is your message manipulating people at an emotional level? That's not a good place to be if you're manipulating. Are you conveying a good message that will inspire people, not be manipulated? So if we get to that root understanding and get away from carrots and sticks, get away from manipulation, become inspiration, you become more effective as a human being. You become more effective in business by understanding that we do not want to be manipulators. We want to be inspiring. We want people to resonate with authenticity, vulnerability. And when you get that in an eternal thing, in crafting your why, your vision, and your mission in life, you're going to be more successful. Excuse me. So we're talking, relate this, what a lot of people do, and they're in business, they're looking at, gee, how am I priced properly? Am I competitive? And those are things to be logically to be considered if you're in business. But if you're strictly focusing on why, you're not different on your why, and you're focusing on price, you're not differentiating yourself. See, if you can differentiate yourself and get people to buy in on the inspiration to do business with you, price does not become the obstacle. Price does not become the obstacle. So when you're crafting your why in and around your business and you're going to price alone, rethink the value you bring off of your why. You're going to draw that person to that recognizes your why, and they will do business with you without thinking about price first. Are you a price first? That's limiting thinking. Limiting thinking. Lack thinking. So don't get caught up in when you're crafting your why in and around business, around price. And then we talk about promotions. How can I promote myself? There's so many marketing gimmicks and promotions out there, and that it's important. But is your promotions a gimmick, or is your promotions bringing value to a prospect in your business? And that goes bound to why. Why do you want people to take the next step? Are you communicating your promotions tied with the why? If you're not, you're just a transactional messenger. So promotions, and we look at the most successful, look at history of marketing and promotion. It was all about a transaction, but as we understand us as human beings, you'll see what's been happening in all the major marketing with all the major corporations. They're going after, they're putting out their message, recrafted their why, and then their messaging is going and resonating with the audience at an emotional level in their promotion versus advertising and buy us today, we'll save you money. We're going to give you a lot of free stuff. The free stuff, everybody's giving free stuff away. That's not differentiation. But why are you? Why are you offering that added value is so much more important in business than just creating a slick offer. And then what really holds us back going after our purpose, our vision, and why? Our assumptions, our belief systems. But we talk about fear in crafting your why. When you have a strong why and a purpose, fear no longer becomes the issue because it's so clear, and you're willing to, what are you willing to die for? How hard are you willing to work? Are you going to go the extra effort? So once you get really strong, fear no longer becomes the issue in life, in relationships, your businesses, all those things. Don't be fearful, because your why and your vision is the foundation you stand on. And then you will have no problem communicating your message, conveying a message, inspiring people. So these are some of the principles that he starts the book out with, is how do we look at those areas? Talking about aspirations. What do we aspire to? And I love what this one here. Quitting smoking is the easiest thing I've ever done, said Mark Twain. I've done it hundreds of times. See, aspirations, we aspire to have a change, we aspire something, but aspirations by themselves doesn't change the outcome. We aspire to have a lot. I go back to, what are your wants? We want a lot in life. But wants by themselves, without inspiration and desire, have very little fuel for you to make the changes. So don't get hung up on aspirations in creating your why. Aspirations, they're empty until you tie that aspiration to inspiration and your why. A lot of people in their businesses talk about novelty or something permanent. There's a lot of business that come and go, and they're novel. They're filling a little niche in the market, a little fad. Does your product create innovation? Innovation. Are you innovative in conveying your message? That's a novelty in who you are, what your business is about. Innovation. Be creative in expressing your why that people can tie back into. It says, goes for many, many pages just on innovation. We'd probably spend 2 hours just on that part of the chapter. What is the price you're willing to pay for the money you make? What are you willing to pay? Is the time you're spending giving you an ROI? If you're doing all the process stuff, is it giving you ROI? The biggest ROI you're going to ever get is when people really understand your why. Then they're willing to pursue you and take advantage of your products and your services. What are you willing to pay? And that may mean getting a coach, reframing your thinking, help somebody craft your why, help you get clarity and vision. What price are you paying to make the money that you want? Sometimes we have to make those investments. And usually the best investment you can make is what does here, your internal values and how you think. And if you can make those investments, you'll make more money. I have, ever since I've been coached. And we talked about manipulation versus inspiration. Basically, what manipulation leads is a transactional mentality. What can I do to get the check today? What can I manipulate my message to get today? And you may get the sale, but are you going to create loyalty? See, when you have a strong why around your business, people know that you're going to create a loyal customer, not a transactional. Do you have a revolving door in your business? Chasing new customer, got to get a new customer, or how many are staying and coming back? If they're not staying and coming back, you need to reevaluate what you're doing in this process, your why. What are you delivering? above and beyond the product and benefits that you sell. That's tied with your why. Manipulation leads to transactional, no loyalty, no relationship. I see it happen. I used to run all my business on a transactional mentality until I switched to a relationship transaction. Things change. And many times in that manipulation, because it worked doesn't mean it's right. That's what got me in the financial arena. What was sold to me for somebody else's, I was manipulated. It was transactional. It had nothing to do with what was in my best interest, but more what was in the best interest of his commission. Unfortunately, that happens more often than we think. Doesn't make it right. Is what you're doing right for them? Are you willing to take less money to do the right thing? Are you willing to pass that customer off to somebody else that can fill that need that you can't? Or are you going to just look at it as an opportunity to make a sale? Does it make it right? Are you doing it for the right motives, the right reasons? And once your customer knows this, and crafting your why around business, you build loyalty, repeat business. You create a referral process where people know, like, and trust you. You need to talk with that person. He will take care of you. Unconditionally will take care of you. And that's what happens when you get your why. You start aligning with like-minded people. You're going to start supporting each other in your business endeavors. You're not worried about, are you in competition with me? If I give you a referral, that takes money out of my pocket because they're going to buy from you. You won't have money to spend with me. I see it all the time. That is lack mentality. And then people wonder why they're struggling in their businesses. So in a nutshell, that's a broad brush of what that second chapter is understand these components. Are they supporting your why or are they not? And what many times we start finding out what we do in those elements in business are contrary to the why. You need to evaluate that all the time. What are you messaging? What are your promotions? Are you manipulating or inspiring? Are you innovative? In your business dealings? What are you willing to pay to get different results? Because many times what we're doing may be working, but will it work long term? Is everything transactional? Are you losing customers to a competitor and it's not on price? Or maybe the benefits you have. The stronger the relationship that you can create, people understanding your why, and you got their back covered, they will stay with you. They will continue to buy from you. They will refer you. And most of my business career was transactional up until several years ago. And when I moved away from that, the quality of my business, my passion to do the business has shifted. And everything I put into my businesses is in my core values, things that I have priorities for myself and my family, how I benefited from what I've learned, benefit from the product service, and all I do is share, just convey good news. And guess what? Watch everything change when you know your why. So that's today's lesson. I appreciate you coming in. Wednesday, we'll get into the next chapter. But tonight, jump on tonight. Elevate your profits. And again, we'll be talking about what are the forces that are driving the new market trends, who's dictating what needs to be done in the marketplace. It's not businesses, it's the baby boomers. They're very specific at what their needs are. And if you're not filling these 5 needs that we're out there going to share tonight in that presentation, you really need to evaluate it, because that marketplace is driving how businesses are changing what they're doing and adapting to the consumer's demands. And guess what? The baby boomers have the most money too. So keep that in mind. You're going to have a 30-minute presentation, and then we're going to have about 30 minutes of just say Q&As, questions, those type of things. So with that all said, everybody have a great day. Make it a great day. G is for gratitude. G is for gratitude. Again, gratitude is the most powerful word that you can use in life. It changes our perspective. It negates negativity. It gives us hope. Whether it be a loss, whether it be a setback, it gives us a different perspective deal. It opens up creativity to deal with any issue, being grateful. And be grateful for this very moment. It's the most valuable time that you have in your life. This moment, how we deal with it dictates the next outcome in our life. It all stacks up. It all stacks up. So with that all said, have a great day, and is with gratitude. We'll see you Wednesday.